This month we sit the days before Rosh Hashanah, in the month of Elul. This was Michael. Michael epitomized those words. Both Dodi meaning HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Dodi meaning community. My Chaver, my beloved. These days are bereft of leaders. We look in the United States, we look here, and we look for leaders. True leaders of Klal Yisrael. True leaders of people who give without any thought of return, without any thought of what's in it for me. So is my baby brother Mikey. Every week from Pesach until Rosh Hashanah, we have the zechut of learning Pirkei Avot. There are several Mishnayot in Pirkei Avot. They too epitomize Michael. Al tifrosh min hatzibur, ein Torah b'li derech eretz. He has never once turned his back on the needs of the community. And we're not just talking about the needs of the community in Queens, his little shtetl. We're talking about the community worldwide, nations around the world. So was my brother Michael. Never saying a word to anybody. You know, Michael was a private man. He was an anav. He never looked for any recognition for anything he did. At his Levaya yesterday in Queens, there were over thousands of people of all walks of life. And they all had different stories to say about Michael. Whether it was the rabbi of his community, Rabbi Weiss, who knew him as the man who worried about others to make sure that the children had candy, the Simchas Torah. Or it was Rabbi Faskowitz, who knew him since he was a little boy and spoke about how every year he got more and more involved in the community. Or it was Ketzela from Bethel, who spoke of his need to give to Yeshuvim here. And not giving with money. It's easy to write a check. But giving with actions. No matter how busy Michael was, he made sure the journal was put to bed. He made sure the journal was written just right. Michael didn't talk to me much. He wasn't a man of a lot of words. But he's been suffering for years. He's been struggling for years in his battle for cancer. And he was never one to call up and say, oh, I feel so terrible. I don't know how I'm going to do it now, and I don't know how. He's always optimistic. The Friday of Shabbos, just a couple of days ago. I called him to wish him good Shabbos. So optimistic. He sounded so weak. He sounded he couldn't breathe. His words slurred. But still optimistic. Yeah, they know what it is. I'm going to start treatment today. So optimistic. Just asking me, how am I doing? How are the kids doing? Thanking me for taking care of Yonatan. You know, you don't often look up to your little brother, although take a look, I kind of looked up to him physically. Not many people I do, but I was fortunate enough to have Michael in my life. And from the looks of it, Michael touched other people's lives. It's not meant to be that you bury your baby brother. My baby Mikey Pooh. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be that his 21-year-old daughter, his 19-year-old son, his daughter, 10 years old, and his son, 16, are meant to grow up without a daddy. But they are fortunate enough to have a legacy. A legacy is much more than just a daddy. A legacy is a morasha. It is what one takes with him. It's the masim tovim, the way he's touched every single person he was a part of, and with anivut. So was my brother Mikey, and so was his legacy. I moved to Eretz Yisrael 11 and a half years ago. And Mikey, I have to ask you for mechila. Because I didn't call you every Erev Shabbos, to see how you were, to wish you well. I love you, Mikey. I miss you. I'll miss you forever. Barry. Yonatan? No. You know? Yonatan.
You know, since Sunday morning, I've been getting a lot of texts, a lot of emails, a lot of messages from a lot of people. None of which know what to say. The common factor in every single person who comes over to me and says something is, I just don't know what to say. And it's true. I don't know what to say. You know, it's impossible to describe a person like my father, really. Everyone looked up to him physically, but what he was physically wasn't even half the person he was. He was much bigger, much bigger. You know, people keep mentioning how my father didn't get anything done. He really could. If my father didn't know a person who could fix your issue, he knew another guy who could fix that issue, another guy who knew another guy who knew another guy. Eventually, if you came to him with an issue, it was solved. And it's impossible to replace a person like that, it really is. To me, though, he was my father. You know, 6th grade, I decided I'm going to join the hockey team. because, you know, I think school's quite happy, my dad quite happy. He sat there with me for 5 hours by the garage, just stick handle, just doing whatever. He was my father. He was there for other people, but me foremost, and that's an incredible thing to have. You know, I'm going to try to not talk for so long, because otherwise I'm afraid he's going to get up right now and slap me across the face. But it's known. My father was say little, do a lot, and boy did he do a lot. And like my uncle mentioned, he was the most humble person you will ever meet. You know, the accolades that he described him are incredible. I mean, you know, if I were to try to go through them, it would be impossible. But, you know, to the same extent as you, if I ever tried to say, wow, Dad, that was incredible, wow, you know, I like that goal you supported, he would shut me up before I even started. Because to him, he was doing what he thought was his job. He did what he thought was right, and I'm very proud of that. To end off, because like I said, yeah, I don't want to get up right now. You know, I said yesterday, there's a comedian that we all liked a lot, Robin Williams. Obviously, most people know him. He said once, you know, when the media goes over to George W. Bush to ask him a question, George W. Bush needs to ask for a lifeline. He needs to ask, you know, anyone help me answer that? You know? I'm proud to say that my father could really answer for everything he's done. I can't imagine anything he's done that he can't answer for. He didn't need a lifeline if he wasn't a lifeline.
For those of you who don't know me, I was Mikey's nephew. I didn't really plan on speaking. Now the microphone doesn't want me to.
There must be a switch on the microphone.
Alright, so I'll do it without it.
Okay, we hear you.
Right, thank you. That's Mikey's way of saying, shut up, sit down. You don't need to be talking. Because what Yonatan just said, that was Mikey. It was never about him. It was never about anything but everybody else. He was the most selfless person anybody could ever know. As I said, it's not working. There you go. Now it's working. So as I said yesterday at the funeral, I was with his wife Yehuda in the hospital all Shabbos. And she turned to me at one point and said, "You're going to speak." And I said, I can't give a hesed from the mic. It just doesn't work. There are no words to say anything. And as we were talking in between the tears and the laughing and saying to him, I said something to her, and she turned to me and she said, "That's what you're going to say. That's the hesed you give tomorrow." So I'm just going to say that again because it summed it up perfectly in my opinion. Mikey was a politician. He was a New York State Assemblyman, and that defines him who he was perfectly. He always needed to help everybody, not just his family, not just his friends, anybody. It didn't matter who you were, it didn't matter what walk of life you came from, your background, it didn't matter. If you were a person and you had a problem, Mikey would deal with it. And being a New York State Assemblyman allowed him to help not just hundreds of people, not just thousands of people, but millions of people throughout the state of New York. He wrote laws, he passed laws, he voted, he screamed. And even though everybody has said so far to this point that he was not a man of many words, when words needed to be said, he said them, and they were strong, and they were powerful, and he fought wars in Albany with words. And as Yonatan said, anytime anybody called him, like he had a number, he had a person, he had an email address, he had somebody to reach out to handle that problem. And as I said to Jonathan before, and as I said to many people already, he got to the point when he said, you know what, these phone numbers and these connections I have in this world aren't enough. I need to be next to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and have that direct line to help all of Klal Yisrael, the entire world. And everybody always says, at any Levaya, that this neshama should be a Meilutz Yosher for Klal Yisrael. Mikey will be that Meilutz Yosher for the entire Klal Yisrael and the entire world.
As was said already today and said yesterday, Michael always hated long and stated. So I can tell you that this will be a short one, I know, because I gave it yesterday, so I know about how long it'll be. As was said, Alan was the middle brother, I'm the older brother. I don't say bigger because I haven't been bigger than Mikey since 30 years ago. How does a brother stand to be maspid his baby brother? My baby brother, who was actually, he was shomer when Sarah and I were engaged, and Sarah would come over to the house. My mother would always send Mikey to be there with us to make sure that we kept our distance. Mikey sat there with his mashed teddy bear, and he was always there. I turned to Tanakh to try to find the words, and I found them in the greatest love between, quote, brothers, David and Yehonatan. They weren't biological brothers, so how much more did David HaMelech's words apply to Michael and me? David HaMelech in his hesped for Yonatan said, Tsar li olecha achi Yehonatan ne'amas li ma'od eich naflu giborim v'yavdu klei melchama. I am distressed over you, my brother Yehonatan. You are so pleasant to me. How have the mighty fallen and their weapons of war gone to waste? Mikey, you will always be unpleasant to me and to everyone. Even when you were in pain, you always smiled. When we asked you how you felt, you always said, live in the dream, live in the dream. As a kid, you were cheerful and happy. As David HaMelech said, the mighty have fallen and the weapons of war gone to waste. Anyone who had to deal with you in Albany knows how mighty you were, and the weapons that have gone to waste are weapons that used to fight for what was right and whether or not it was popular. I happen to know that besides waging the battle in Albany, you always made sure to do it kadas kadin. I happen to know personally that my Rav Welcher, became his Rav, and before he ever went into something that would have been considered a gray line within halacha versus what was being voted on, he would always go and ask us Torah. Who will continue that fight for our values? All anybody has to do is Google search Michael Simanowitz and read what the politicians and everybody have written against, not against him, about him. Quote, widely respected by his peers and partners in government. Quote, a person beyond reproach who embodied all the good in an elected official. I was there yesterday, and although we tried keeping politicians out because we know Mikey was not a politician, the amount of politicians that were there was dwarfed manyfold by the amount of people that were there. Like this, that room, which is bigger, was standing room, not even standing room only, you couldn't even stand inside, that was spilled out onto Queens Boulevard. Mikey, please take up your weapons and continue the fight for your family in Klal Yisrael. Please watch over Yehuda, Elisheva, Yonatan, Max, Racheli, Daddy and Mommy. We will watch over them down here, but you do your work up there. Also, Mikey, I'm not pushing it, but if you could put in a good word to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we have a few shidduchim that we'd like to get taken care of soon. Please be mindful, all of us, and if in any way we did something to upset you or we didn't show the proper kavod, Mayor Ben Shalom Dov, we love you and always will. I would like to ask Wagner, who is ready to come up and say Pickle Hill.
I'd like to add on a few words for your indulgence. Everybody's speaking about Mikey's tremendous ish tzibur, selfless, caring about others, sensitive to others' needs. Tremendous love for Eretz Yisrael from a young age. Tremendous love. And a lot of this stemmed from the fact that he came from such a family. A tremendous loyalty to his family. I think all Simanowitzes have that. They have that need of not just doing this for myself, but I'm doing this for the whole family. Brothers could get up and say such beautiful statement about their brother, obviously it says something. It's true, everything he did as a Simanowitz, not just as Mike, he did as a Simanowitz. His love for Eretz Yisrael perhaps could be vividly portrayed. Pasuk in the Torah that says, "Vayavar Avram ba'aretz." When Avram Avinu came to Eretz Yisrael, it was Vayavar. He went through. Rashi says over there, "Nichnas v'socha." He went into Eretz Yisrael. And the Farshim asked, "What does it mean? He went in?" That means he went out, and he went in, and went out. That's the Maral words. What does it mean that he went in? There are certain people that like to acquire Eretz Yisrael in a very exterior manner. An external manner, a tayar, like a siyur of Eretz Yisrael, the Oracle of Morocco. I was here, I was there, I was in Hebron, I was in Sukkot and Yerushalayim, I was all the happenings. And there are certain people that get into the toch of a Beit Knesset, of a Beit Medrash, of Eretz Yisrael, the realization that this is a holy land, and I want to feel that holiness, I want to feel that kedusha. I remember the first time in our yeshiva when he came to the kosa and he was davening. Everybody said, I have to feel something, I have to feel something. And by him it was natural. It was the cycle. He went into the talk of Eretz Yisrael. And the same thing as far as chesed. He didn't just do chesed, he was oed chesed. Oed tzedakah, oed mishpat, oed emes. Everything he did was a tremendous comedius. True, he wasn't a man of many words, but he had a common word with everybody. He knew how to speak to everybody. Tremendous reverence for Rabbanim. Once again, a trait of the family. Tremendous reverence for his grandparents. Growing up every Erev Shabbos, at that time there was no cell phones and other things. You had to wait in line with Yasimonim, and he did it. He had tremendous love. Whatever he did, he had tremendous love and tremendous nichnas v'socha, tremendous comedians. As we approach Rosh Hashanah, it's a tremendous lesson for all of us. Say about Rabbi Eliezer Silver Zatzal that when he used to go to Levaya, he didn't cry. People thought he was emotionalist. When he went to Levaya, a young person who had certain tafkidim in life, missions in life, shlichus in life. And he's young and he passed away and he left over a mishpacha. It's true, he left over a legacy in such few years. And such a person had to cry. In many respects, he was an ish emes, always looking for the truth. And the truth was fortified by what he learned from his family. Just repaired the Tesla, I think it's very applicable to him. And she learned from that legacy. His Marva David, Aninoi mi yorburko olecho, mi yishton ba'ar pochecho, olek tamim, ufalel tzedek, v'dover emes tovavo, lo ragalo l'shoro, lo aso v'reyehu ro, v'cher povo nasal krovo, nivze v'inov nimos, yasirei Aninoi yichabei, nishma v'hora lo yomir, Haspol monasan b'meshech, שוחד על נוקי לא בכוח, עושה יבא לימות כאן.
פרק ט"ז בתהילים. נכתוב על ידי דוד שומרי אל תכוס סביבו